Hey guys, it's Evan here and welcome back to another video. We are going to be going ahead and getting into something really exciting. This is one of the coolest costumes I've ever made. It is a costume I never expected to make, but I did make it. It's been a couple of years that I've owned it now, so it's probably about time that I show it off. Anyways, this is going to be my Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 costume that I completely puff painted myself. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna lay it out on the couch. I'm gonna show you guys what I did for everything on this suit, and then we're gonna throw it on me and you're gonna see how it looks. Also guys, just to show it off really quick before we get into the video, yeah, I did a pretty cool job on this thing. Yeah, but let's go ahead and show it to you guys. Alrighty, here we go. So here is our look at my Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 suit. So first things first, I suppose, let's go ahead and talk about the webbing on this thing, because it's one of the coolest web jobs I've ever done. Okay, so for the webs, we're using the mask as an example. These webs took a while to do. Now, I am not going to take credit for these webs. The original idea was actually done by my buddy Kenny, also goes by KA Cosplay Tech on Instagram. What he did was he originally started by doing black web lines for everything along all of the webs. And I believe I did about 3 layers for every single web on this costume because I wanted nice thick webs just like the Raimi suit. After those webs were done, I took a silver Sharpie and I went along the top lightly on every single web line. So what it does is it gives this effect because the actual Raimi suit itself, the webs are silver, but a lot of times the inner part here that's along it, because those webs are so thick, like that, you know, that inside part next to the web, they color in black. So I did the reverse. I did black webs and then silver on top. And I like to think it pulled off a really cool effect on these webs. And just, it worked so much better than, I did a lot of tests with like silver puff paint too, and it didn't look good. So I actually painting black webs to silver with a Sharpie, it took a long time, but it wound up looking really good. And I suppose just to talk about this face shell and lens set for a second, this face shell and lens set, it was created by Matt Dela Cruz on Instagram. I'll put his link down in the description below. Really great guy, really stand-up guy. I absolutely swear by his work. He is one of the best face shell makers out there. He will work with you on designs. He will talk with you on stuff. He will stay in communication. Or if you just have questions, he will answer them. He is a really great and talented artist, and I endorse him 100%. But basically, yeah, this is actually made to my face measurements, so it fits my face pretty dang near perfectly. It's got a zipper in the back there. You can kind of see the inside of the shell, and these shells are actually 3D printed, as are the lenses, so there's no shaping involved. You can I think you can get it as kits, or you know, he'll send it to you as the completed thing, but like lenses and shell were by him, and just those things, they're perfect in my opinion. All right, but then getting into the rest of the suit here. So the suit pattern was created by Real Hero Designs. I believe I reached out to him and asked for a version without the front spider because I decided to put my own front spider on there, but I kept the back spider, and we'll show you guys what we did with that when we get into it. So then the suit itself was printed on colored fabrics by Print Costume. They did a really good job. I love how the reds look on this. I love how the blues look. I do sometimes wish that the pattern had come out a little bit more on the blues, but regardless, you can see it in certain lighting and stuff like that, and I think it gives a really cool, like, dark blue look, because I love the dark blue on the Raimi costume. And then again, like I was saying, with the webs, did that silver outline to all the webs. The front spider here is by T-Jack, so I glued that thing on, and it just looks great. Fun fact, I glued this spider on the night before a convention because the costume showed up in time for the convention when I wasn't planning to do it. And it was a crazy fun time, and it turned out great. Like, I don't know how I did it that well. It kind of got me over my fear of gluing spider emblems down. You get down to the gloves, you can see everything. You know, there's not many accessories to this suit because it's a Raimi suit, and it is one of the things I love about the Raimi suit. It's a very simple costume. Don't even need web shooters for it because his webs just magically come out of his costume, I guess. Getting down to the shoes came with the costume, so I didn't have to do any installing there. I have considered doing a red sole for this costume instead to match the Raimi costume more, but I just haven't gotten around to it. All the puff painted webbing and whatnot there. And then you get around to the back spider, and the back spider is so cool. So I really like the Raimi Spider-Man 2 back spider. I'm sorry, folks, I don't like the Spider-Man 1 logo as much. I just think, I see what they're trying to do with it, but I don't think the larger body works with the thinner legs, just for the design that they went with. But for this back spider, it's actually screen printed on. It's an option that Print Costume offers. So you can have a back spider on there already, and you don't have to worry about painting it in or adding your own. If you have it on there, and they'll also do it with front spiders, they'll just screen print it right on. And I felt like that gave a cooler effect, similar to the Raimi suit, because for the Raimi suit, it is part of the fabric itself. It's not like it's a separate urethane spider. But anyways, yeah, that's the overview of the suit laying down. Let's go ahead and throw it on me, and you guys get to see how this thing looks. Warning, I make a surprisingly good Raimi Spider-Man. All right, kids, we're starting with something stupid. All right, so here we go, everybody. This is it. This is me in my Sam Raimi Spider-Man costume. Now, I know, well, like I was saying earlier, here on YouTube, this is kind of a surprise costume. I haven't talked about it here on the channel, but I have shown it off quite a bit over on my Instagram. Yeah, this thing, just like from a personal standpoint for a second, like we're gonna get kind of cheesy. This is a costume that I never thought I would do. Like, I was so hooked into like the Andrew stuff and the Tom stuff that I was like, you know, the Raimi suit, it's kind of boring, it's generic, I don't ever want to do that. And then, really, I think it was No Way Home, because I got to see No Way Home with two of my best friends in this entire world. And, like, we are kind of a Spidey trio, and we saw that movie, and, like, Aaron had already been doing the Tom stuff pretty steadily, and Matt had the TASM too, and we all kind of looked at me, and it was like, yeah, Evan, it's time to be Toby. And I got this costume and I put it on for the first time and I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? But just to give a better look at it all, so you know, the webs, like I said, it is pretty much everywhere 3 layers of black puff paint and then a silver Sharpie over the top of everything. So this took quite a bit of work to get done. Front spider here by T-Jack, which is glued on. That took making sure I lined everything up so it all looked good was a bit of a pain, not gonna lie. You got the gloves, the boots are boots. Excuse the towel, it's so the ground doesn't make too much of a noise while I'm filming. And then of course we have, hopefully that's in a good shot, yeah, we have the back spider, which, but anyways, yeah, now we're gonna go ahead, throw on the face shell and lens set. All right, and here we go. Here is how the face shell and lenses look on me. Now these surprisingly don't fog up too much. It is going to start here probably, so if I drift in and out of frame, I'm gonna try to stay pretty much in the middle. This thing is so cool. It's actually very comfortable. Like I said before, this thing is actually sized to my head. I feel like sometimes it might be a little bit, maybe a little disproportional. I don't know. Maybe it's just me going crazy. I feel like sometimes it has a bit of a big forehead, but it's not an issue at all. I can see great out of this thing. It is super comfortable. Maybe a little bit of extra wiggle room, but not bad at all, because this was actually sized to my head measurements. A really good side profile, just all around, it looks exactly like Sam Raimi Spider-Man, and it's just like, I look like it. I have a very similar build with some of the weight I put on recently, which just, it helps towards the, I guess, the Spider-Man aspect. Alrighty, we are taking that off because, as I've said before, I am still getting used to wearing Spider-Man masks again. But with that, everybody, thank you all for watching. Again, really cool to show off this costume of mine. I've only worn it, I've worn it twice now to conventions. I've actually, what am I talking about? I've worn this as the fully painted thing to a convention, so at least this thing has actually gotten some use, unlike a lot of my other Spider-Man costumes. But yeah, remember to, you know, comment, thumbs up, subscribe, all that. I'm gonna try to be active down in the comments below, so if you have any questions on anything, feel free to ask down there. The only other social media I really use other than, you know, getting back into YouTube is my Instagram, so go ahead, follow my Instagram, Vigilante Cosplay, down there in the description. But yeah, with that, remember to stay frosty, and I will see you all in the next video. You know, I did just realize, though, everybody will probably kill me if I don't do the thing, so it's pizza time.